here, but at the end of the day, it's all going to be who's the better executor, who can keep a calm head in the match. As we go into the knife round, Azrai, why don't you take it away?
Stab here, stab there. It's going to be very important to whoever gets the knife round because they'll be able to dictate the pace of this one. It's always been Expendables to win their knife rounds just because they know how to play around it, but Quack also do the same thing, although this is 100 HP to 100, and it seems like at the end of it, Expendables still win that out. Derek 9, at a point there, I thought Quack was going to go, I choose you, Pikachu, go for it. And then he just waited for his teammate to die, charged right in, and Derek 9 just showing how close or aggressive he is. 50 seconds on that timer. I thought we were going to have like a minute of 1v1s that we could just enjoy for a moment, see who's the better aimer. But for now, we just go straight into that pistol. And from the looks of it here, Nomad, it's going to be Quack starting up on the CT side while Expendables decide to go attack. Interestingly enough, but makes a lot of sense. They're more comfy on that CT. Better take off the T first and work their magic on the second half if anything goes awry.
I believe this is Expendables on the CT side.
Oh, it probably mixed me up. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's been a long day. And yeah, CT side on the Expendables, we want to get as much rounds as possible, especially on Inferno. And this is the first time we're seeing a very aggressive hold over at Banana in the pistol round as Derek takes down JMX, the key player from the match, the semifinals match earlier on from Quack. And Expendables just holding down Banana real smooth here. A close angle with the CZ for Pro takes down Aying.
It's going to be a 5 versus 2 now. Quack not having much options now. They're spread out into the map, and they've already taken it down. James Bond, last man standing with the Glock 9 in hand, spotted out already, and he's doing the dance of death. Does get the kill, though. Is down to like 2 HP as he jumps, trying to cross, maybe pick up himself a USP and hope that he can get the clutch. But Expendables set everything up way too perfectly. What's the option here, Quack? Gonna go for the force buy, or maybe just the upgraded pistols and bum rush their way into a site?
It's looking like that is going to be the case. Deagle's a Tech 9. Hopefully it's not a Keck 9 here for James Bong. And a couple of utilities here onto Aying. Now, it's important that they really stick together into a site just so that they can have the superior numbers advantage, because that is the inherent disadvantage they have. And as I say that, they do get a tag onto Derek 9. That's long distance, and they still manage to get the tag with pistols. They're inching closer and closer towards this B site. And the slower pace gameplay is where Quack, from what I've seen, that is really where they shine. And Expendables have enough patience as well to be as slow as ever, as Ishaha opens it up with a kill onto Fristia, and Derek 9 takes down JMX.
Just think of it as like maybe a Final Fantasy character, Fristia, you know? And use Faraga, something like that. It makes a lot of sense, right? The name, at least, was pretty cool. James Bong, though, with the Tech 9, wakes right a bit up. He wasn't able to get the P90. It looks like he was. Step in the right direction. Back down to 30. Not really much they can do, and right around the corner, ring around to Rosie. Micro goes in for the big flanks, leaving it all to the hands of James Bong. He's not going to survive for long, but at least some economic damage has been done here by Quack, and their money might still be a tad bit short to go for a full buy, and they will still be relegated for those upgraded pistols. For the moment, at least they do keep Expendables economy honest, but yeah.
Yeah, I like the smart call from Quack. I don't like the James Bong force buy, though. I mean, granted, it is going to be the hero AK. We'll try to just dish out a lot of damage down the line and try to take down the members of Expendables here. If they decided to go for a full, just upgraded pistols here, it would have worked well for Quack. But we have yet to see. James Bong might have other plans in store. He might just start clicking on the heads of Expendables here. So far, Expendables, they are throwing out a lot of utilities in this game. They really want to prevent Quack from pouring in, and it's looking like they are going to start pouring in from the mid area. Derek 9 gets flashed. We'll be playing on Shadow. The shots connect. He almost got the flick, as Ishaha is going to be there to pick up the slack from that missed flick. Gets the tag through the smoke onto Fristia as well. It's a 3v2. Tuco and Fristia, they have nowhere to go at this point because Expendables are already right behind them.
I do get that the Hero AK was a very risky buy for Quack, at least that James Bong is such a crucial fragger for them, but does make sense. He is a top fragger for Quack. You know that he can perform, and if he can catch some of the members of Expendable off guard, it makes it can work. And even if they go to that next round with a weaker buy for James Bong, there are areas in Inferno with weaker weapons that can at least go head to head up against the rifles. And like that with Fristio, right? Quick peek out with the Deagle. If that's something that happens at the next round, it's still something workable. Fristia as well as Tuco are down to just the pistols here. But 15 seconds left onto the clock, and Asihaha, he knows one is there already on the side from Tuco. Does he have the C4? He has to run for dear life and still has to plant it down, and Asihaha denies no amount of clutch, no amount of extra utility, and he gets shot in the face as he still withers on the ground. And Expendables, it was an expensive buy for them, or expensive round for them rather.
An expensive round, but it's not gonna matter as much. They just won't have any full utility buys here from themselves, and they're just holding down the sights with just raw aim power. As Ishaha, I'm curious to see where he's going. He is going to onto a mid. Will not be spotting out anybody. Actually spots out the head there of, if I'm not mistaken, that was JMX or Frisia rather. And they will be playing as slow as possible. Good spread here from Korak, all things considered. They're just making sure that all their bases are covered as they slowly but surely try to get information from Expendables.
You don't want to rush outside of Banana. I think that's a very smart decision because there's still heaps of utility the Expendables can still throw there, and they don't want to chip away at their HP. Gotta start working on these close quarter combat that is on the apartments and start working their way as the smokes are being set up. Nades will soften them up, but look at this split. I really do like this with Michael has this really amazing position, and Expendables have been adamant, have been pristine with these pop flash plays. That wasn't Micro that pop flash for himself. It was his teammate that flashed for him, and look at just the peek out timing was phenomenal. And now Aying, he has an op here at close range, but nobody's peeking him. Nobody's challenging, and man, he has to reach for this. But 30 seconds, either save or push. That's the only thing that he can do. And in the corner, will he actually peek this? Oh, he spots out the one, though.
He gets tagged, and the no-scope connects onto Micro. When he connects the flick onto Pro. Now it's just down to James Bong in a 1v3. He does have the bomb. He'll be able to smoke out CT. He'll be able to plant it without any problems. Now, he has to make sure that he forces the individual 1v1s and not get caught in the crossfire with that AWP. Just try to survive as much as possible and just try to hold the angles. But he's not aware there are two members on the side of Expendables that are already pushing towards CT. It doesn't have any utility. Goes for the spray down, but gets taken out by Papi Chulo over at Banana.
Quick little backstab there. And that was rather unfortunate. James Bong, he team killed his brother there, and it could have been an extra body that would have helped them in that post-plan scenario. But they had to control, they had to deal with what was happening in that 2 versus 2, make that 3 versus 2 on Banana as Quek was trying to get the B site. It was really unfortunate, but it does happen. And interestingly enough, it happens to the team that always fights Expendables. The TK happened when Expendables was going up against... who was that again? When they were going up against SR Wolves. It also happened when Expendables was going up against Kasaka. And that's not really what you want to happen here. And oof, nice little shot there from Derek, spotting out James Bong. And this crossfire could prove fatal for Quek.
And actually not going to be as fatal as Aying takes down Derek. Tuco blinded, but still managed to take down the kill onto Pro. Looking like a good round for Quack. They have the Spearman advantage, not anymore, but because Azi Shaha takes down Aying with that op shot. Now it's starting to be a little bit of a frantic play here for Quack, down to a 2v2 game, pretty even. The tempo is up. He does not see Micro in time, and JMX has to force out these individual 50-50s here. JMX has no idea where Expendables is coming from. He goes for the spray down. JMX wins that duel, and now it's just down to Papi Chulo to clutch out that round.
He wanted to reposition so quickly there, man, but he just didn't know that they doubled up. He thought that it was going to be a pinch from two angles, but Pichulo smartly delaying his repeat for his comrade that was falling right in front of him and just punished as soon as he heard a footstep going back into the site. Really good timing, really good understanding of your opponent's mentality, and Expendables start off this round, this map, 5-0 already. Quick, they're doing a lot of good job here, Nomad. Doing a lot of good things. They're getting angles and controls, setting stuff up, waiting a little bit, prepping, and peeking the corners. But Expendables always just get the one-up of their opponents. And like I said, they really need to set the pace in this one. And it seems like they're not stopping at all. Very much should be careful with that pop flash. And look at that underneath. This could prove some damage to JMX. He's got to be careful because the alligator is going to be coming from the sewers. He's getting stabbed from the back and throw. He didn't even have to do that. He just did it dirty. Just dirty, Nomad.
He gets traded out, but at what cost? They still got an extra couple of bucks there. Micro swings out wide, then this Cubby misses the spray down. Almost takes down Aying there. It's a 2v2, and the HBs are incredibly low here on the side of Quack. Aying and James Bong have to play it as low as possible. It's just Papi Chulo on his own, though. But with the HBs being very low, they need to play it smart. And they're playing...
Even know... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'll do it. I'm just saying one thing real quick. Do they even know where Papi Chulo is? Because it seems like the way that they're going about these angles is they're scanning. They have an inkling maybe like 30 seconds ago where he was, but he hasn't moved an inch. He's waiting for that information for the C4 to get planted down before he makes his move, because he knows both players from Quack are very low. And I do like how the op was picked up by Aying, because if they can go for this post-plant scenario, this op will prove super crucial, because one shot, one kill. And because they're low HP, it's even more crucial now.
And the footsteps of Papi Chulo should have been heard now, and that is a call for the rotate. They should get this round, Quack. They have a good crossfire, good call. Papi Chulo just back off and wait for exits. Not bad for the first round on the board. He forces out the 1v1, takes down James Bong. Will be swinging out wide and takes down Aying. And that is a round. He barely has time here. He got it, and he gets it.
Amazing from Papi Chulo. I don't know, man. The way that he played that was incredibly smart. He smoked off the entrance of the B site. I just like to call it entrance. And he basically segregated the crossfire. And it doesn't just work for the crossfire from CT and B site. It also works to separate you from certain angles when you're also taking the B site. And if two players are there, at least you use the smoke to give you some cover. It was very smart from Papi Chulo, allowed net him that round win. And honestly, Aying, the positioning that he had really put him in such a risky position, though. Nade kills will be had as well by Expendables, and they will back away, douse the flames with the smoke, and still have great control as Tuco is off the board now.
Yeah, beautiful uses from Expendables here with their utilities as well as Quack. They did force out a couple of utilities here from the side of Expendables, and it's going to be effective, going to prove beneficial to them as the round progresses. They're playing it as slow as possible. Good swing out by Micro. Nice pop flash by his teammate. Helping secure that double kill. Will get taken out through the smoke by JMX with that spray. Then Papi Chulo takes down James Bong. Now it's just down to JMX on his own in a 1v4. And he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And he gets taken out by Azishaha with that AWP. And again, this is Expendables working their wonders here.
They're working so well at it, too. Quack. One of the things that you have to do as a terrorist is to break through the defense. But it seems right now they're inside a vase, and the lid is being closed on. They can't enter any of these sites. At least for the for these past 7 rounds, how many times have they planted down that C4 and actually played postman? I think it was only the one round where it was 2 versus 1 with Aying or with Papichulo. One big peek out from at the Spartans area, and look at this. Look at this. Derek 9 has infiltrated enemy territory, and he is just wrapping around. This could prove very, very destructive for Quack and Azihaha. He's in this corner with the op. Peek it out, and he will shoot you easy.
Ying does not have any idea. Let's. I want to see the perspective of Derek 9 here. He spots out the one. No idea. He finds a C4. The Bunny Smoking gets the 1 and the 2. We'll get the 3rd tap as well. We'll be looking for the 4th member. The USB will make it work. And he goes for the knife. Derek 9 styling on Quack this round.
He just. It wasn't even a wake up. It wasn't even woke. It was just a do them dirty. Infiltrating in the back. He just went through apartments. Nobody was clearing it out. They did not respect any form of map control that Expendable had. And Quack are just, oh man. And then after that, after being able to go through T-spawn and see 4 people, or see, actually, initially he saw about 1 or 2. Then when he did not get spotted, he just went full spray control, or rather, what was it again? Trickle discipline, rather, and just woke up. Nice little setup there from Papichulo and teammate. A quick work up the one outside. Get another pop flash here. Quick peek out. No kills though, but the smoke will stop Quack from just chiming right in and rushing in onto the mid here. Bro, he's holding the close angle and could really wreak some havoc if he wanted to. He's waiting for the smoke. He's counting down the seconds. He's about to go for that pop flash, but look at that beautiful reaction time. The double Ps, Papichulo and Bro. They're just dominant. They're just devastating. How are you gonna go about this, Quack?
Man, it's they're gonna have to go away from where the double P's are at. As Pro takes down a Ying, and now again it's down to Frisia. Frisia has to go ham here. And then he doesn't. He does get the kill on the Azuki Shaha, but Pro with the trade immediately. And this is this I'm just gonna say it straight up. This isn't even prime Expendables at this point. This is comfortable Expendables. Yes, I said that. This is it. This is it. This is just the normal Expendables. This isn't the peak performance Expendables. Because if this was peak performance Expendables, they would have been doing a hell of a lot more style in here. But you know.
I mean, you could also say this is the new normal Expendables.
You're not wrong. Maybe this may be, and the Derek 9 kills his own teammate. That's barbecue for some of the cannibals in some of the other regions here. The world. You know what I mean. As James Bond takes down Promo almost connects with that spray down. And I'm at a loss for words. That could have been a kill. Beautiful tracer for Quack. Now they have the. I was just about to say they have the man advantage, but now it's down to a 2v2.
And Micro just picked things back out. He knew that Derek 9 was already getting rushed out, and he just charged in to make an expensive round, and he's about to get peeked. If he doesn't check his left already, he's going to get swatted out by Tuco, and the timing from Micro is just way too afraid that somebody was playing Boiler or on the apartments, and his due diligence, man, sometimes, or most of the time, it helps you out, but in those clutch 2v2 scenarios, it doesn't work. And damn, the timing was just not to his favor. And Quack really like how he just charged right out, and that misplay to flambe to grill Papichulo where he stands. Ay ay ay.
Ay ay ay, indeed. I mean, that could have been. Oh, the beautiful flash of the swing through by Papichulo takes down James Bong. Gets rated out immediately. Beautiful flashes being thrown by Quack, though, all things considered. They're low on HP thanks to that spray down. And it's Expendables having the upper hand in this round once again.
I mean, I'd take that for Expendables here. Just a quick little rush out. Again, Papichulo was the one let's just call him the first sacrifice. But his sacrifice was not in vain. Lots of utility usage there. Lots of pre-fires through the smoke, and it really whittled down Quack. I mean, it's still a 3 versus 4, manageable in terms of the numbers. Actually, no, 4 versus 4. But look at the HPs here, Nomad. Little pop flash there. Micro peeking the banana side to see some map control. I do like how Expendables is challenging every single angle. They're not just statically giving up and backing away. They're re-aggressing, which not only forces Quack to regain control on Banana, but also force them to use these utilities. They're gonna get knocked up, and who's gonna be the better of the shots? And Ai Ying charges right back out like a what's the word here? A parkour person. Parkour?
It's a tressure. It's a tressure.
Tressure.
Or
Okay.
a free runner. Free runner. Make it easier.
Free runner. You know the terminologies. I'm just here to use the terminology.
But Derek 9 once again is going ham with that triple kill. Gets traded out by Ai Ying, and he knows the flicking for all daycare. Now it's down to Ai Ying to just plant this. That nade is enough to kill him.
You know that scene in Captain America, the first movie, the first Avenger, where the James Lee Jones from Men in Black threw the nade on Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, and he was like, "Get out of the way!" It's kind of like that scenario there. But he couldn't get out of the way, sadly enough. I don't know. I think that's not the best movie scene. I know there's other ones, but I can't remember the name. And running boost for Azihaha, but thankfully for Quack, nobody was there but Ai Ying. He just wanted to peek. He just wanted to get some information, but it got denied. It came at a cost, and the cost was his life. And Azihaha just is obliged to take it. Thank you very much. That's 1 ticket, 1 info, 1 death, 4v5.
That's 1 death. See you next round, as not what Nas would say. As Expendables, 10-1 scoreline in the first half. Really has a lot of wiggle room in the second half. Derek 9 with the boost here. Will not spot out anybody, but Azishaha will get the shot on the AWP onto Fristia. And JMX trades Derek 9 out of the bunch here for Expendables, and they're slowly taking down Arches here. Slowly pieing the corners, but they are still pretty much wide open here. There is a little bit of a rotation here from Expendables already onto Speedway. And Azishaha with the AWP still is making it work. Papi Chulo on the off angle takes down JMX, and now it's just down to Tuco with 11 HP in a dream, and he is trying to force out individual duels here, and he's going to be properly surrounded by all the members of Expendables, and it's an 11-1 scoreline for themselves.
More and more Expendables are starting, not really starting, but just running away at this. They're such a coordinated team, and it's not just the setups that make Expendables scary to run up against when as Quack. It's the point where you think as a terrorist, you already get that control on one portion of the map. You already get a nice little free space, but if you're not diligent enough to re-challenge it, it's just going to be Expendables always hungry, always gnawing away at the entirety of this Inferno map. And as you can see, they're going to back away, but a few seconds after, they're going to rush right out and try to get that control once again. But now Quack, identically doing the same thing, or similarly doing the same thing here, will try to challenge, but they are on the weaker weapons. It's only the Deegs, but in these close quarter distances, could work out, but they just have to find somebody outlying here from Expendables to start things off. But it's easier said than done here, Nomad.
Yeah, and even though the Quack has insane aim themselves, it's not going to be as reliable as the GMX just eats that nade. Papi Chulo with the better aim gets a task on the GMX 2-0. Azishaha and Derek 9 wrap up the rounds 12-1. Expendables really want to just end this game as fast as possible, get a good night's sleep. It's been a long day, but I don't think Quack wants that to happen. They still have the second half to work on. That's still a lot of rounds to catch up to. Yeah, it's a 3v4. AWP on the Azishaha, Quack down to 2 members after James Bong fell down. I mean, Tuco JMX have the AK. The better call here is to just save for the next round, but they are still going to be committing here. Smoke playing his inner. Stewie 2K will not succeed in that ninja push. Azishaha does not find Tuco and JMX, and they are starting their push towards the site. Pro takes down the Moto player JMX, and now it's just down to Tuco. The spray down is real, takes down Pro. The op shot will not connect from Azishaha, but slowly but surely there is going to be a lurker here. Misses the shot once again. Here's or gets a little bit of an inkling here. Micro slowly pushing out Library, and Tuco trying to keep it as slow as possible, but wins the aim duel nonetheless. Micro clutch, well, not really clutches it, but secures around 13-1 scoreline. And Quack, they won't have a lot of work with here. Not much economy, not much utilities here to execute in any of the sites, for that matter. They want and they need to win the aim duels badly here, Asarai.
Yeah. There was a point where I was muted by accident. I do apologize for that, guys. And at that point of mutation, or being muted, sorry.
Mutation.
Being muted, I mean, I was talking about how Expendables, they're not really a team that just gives up any of these sites. They're very aggressive and will be just challenge you at every single angle. And they just have these nasty little run boost spots, double boost spots that just scratch the itch of me trying to see more set strats here, even on as defenders, as CT side. Works out pretty well for them. Lots of utilities being thrown, but they have so much stuff to work for days. And look at Quack. Look at the difference in utilities. They're really clutch for this, and they need to get these aggressive dry peaks before they can make anything happen. But Expendables, now knowing this, they're just playing back. They're just holding up, and they just have the aim, they just have the prey fire, and everything's just working in their favor. As Micro shuts down Fristia. Na Ying, he wanted to go for that refrag. He wanted to just charge right in with his comrade, but in the end, look at all these flashes. They're blinded for days. Again, it's just bring your shades, guys. The sun is out.
Yeah, they should. If anything, the way Quack could have played this round earlier on in the earlier part of the round is just force out the utilities away from Expendables so that they would have the advantage. And now they're going to be forced to just use their utilities here. Micro blinded, but still takes down JMX. Now it's Pro casually is right behind them. Let's spread the spray down. Takes him out.
Look at the difference in terms of those kills, man. Ying has the highest at 8. 8. That is... There's no double-digit kills for Quack here. And that's just a metric to check, guys. When you're 15 rounds in and you still don't have at least 3 of your players that are double digits in terms of the kills, that there's something wrong that's happening. In Expendables, they have like 4 already. That's like around 15 average right now. And yeah, reset in terms of economy, the weapons, and the dual brands to come out from Expendables. Okay, let's go.
Oh,
FPJ modes.
The B hops just to evade any gunfire. Azishaha is trying to make it work. Tuco takes down Micro. Papichulo gets a third on Azishaha before getting traded out by Derek 9. The dream is still alive for Quack, but this is Neo. I am the one, is what he's trying to do here. And he's managed to get the kill on Fristia. It's a 2v2. Derek 9 is low on HP, and there is going to be a rotation here. And I thought for sure that James Bong would have caught them off guard. It's a 1v2. Derek is low on HP, but he'll make the Berettas work.
What's good about that, though, is this Beretta it feels like it can dish out more bullets than the USP. I'm not entirely sure about the stats of the weapon themselves, but man, Quack, Tuco, he did so well there. He did so well, and it has to be JMX to pick things up, and he could not, unfortunately.
I mean, what would you choose? 30 bullets or 12? And I mean, you know, I'll go for the 30 bullets, but I'd still stick with the USB, to be honest. But, you know, when push comes to shove and they just want to make sure that they put out a lot of bullets downrange, dualies in the first round, it's not a bad call. They made it work. They still managed to secure the round. They get the pistol round as well, and it is match point. And Quack is force buying the Kevlar and helmet, but they only have the Deagles and the single Mac 9, not Mac 9, the MP9 onto Fristia. And Fristia is currently being tagged down over there at apartments.
I mean, this is the last round already for Quack, and they're only at the pistols. You can see Expendables are doing is they're feeling things out, trying to hear some information to be had, and once they know, actually they do know that Quack is on the weaker buy. There's not much utility. After initial wave of flashes and smokes, they got nothing but their dry aim and just obliteration is gonna what's transpiring as Expendables is charging right through. Papachulo is a beast unleashed as now he is hunting them down. JMX and Fristia, the last man standing. Can he come out of Speedway here? Maybe killed. Oh no, he's not even gonna spot it out. Papachulo though just run out, the man possessed, and he gets the second kill. Not gonna happen. And Expendables win the first game 16-1. Oh my god, 16-1.
That is a dream, and this has consistently been how Expendables has been playing throughout the entire day. Just default strats, making sure that their utilities are being used properly, and just go from there. They have good duels, and I'm not going to discount Quack. Quack also had a lot of times where they shine through the duels. It just so happened that Expendables, they just had the better angles. They just had the better timings and all of that. The game senses for Expendables to just start wrapping around and reposition and just play the off angles to just keep Quack on their toes really just shows how creative Expendables can be. And if anything, I want to see that creativity on to the side of Quack.
They were just challenging Quack. Like it feels like Expendables were experimenting with a lot of things, and a lot of those things were working out. I'm pretty sure it's not an experiment. They knew what they were doing, but it felt like every single round was different from the next one. There wasn't any set defaults that they were doing on the defense on the CT side. There wasn't anything different. There was actually everything different every single round. Now looking into it, as Ihaha with 17 kills, honestly, I'm pretty sure even though he stopped fragging, the next one right behind him would probably be like 16 or even 17, and he just has the best KDR in that first map in Inferno. And Expendables, they're just that dominant, and I don't know what's going to be happening coming into the next one.
Yeah, it's a confusing it's a confusing set of maps here that we have. First map will go to Expendables, but map number 2 might just be a completely different thing. It is a train pickup by Expendables. This is their map. They're comfortable in train. I'm not quite sure with Quack themselves, but creativity. I've been saying it over and over again throughout the entire day. Creativity on train is where you should be focusing so that you can make use of the multiple rotation points here. Quack GG, if they want to force a game number 3 and go to Dust 2, they need to be as creative as possible. Even more so against Expendables.
Thing though, can they pierce through train? Can they stop the momentum of this locomotive that is Expendables now that they're being brought into this one? Also, just a big shout outs, of course, to the ROG team, the ROG Masters team that's making this all possible, and to our friends as well in the Philippine ROG scene, and of course, the production that is making everything work out. Thanks so much, guys, for that one. And once again, Expendables up to Quack. But this grand finals does come at a price here, Nomad. It's a best of 3, meaning that Expendables only need one more to get that dub.
Yeah, all things considered, they're already representing the Philippines in the Asia Pacific Championship. The only thing that we're fighting here for is the pride of being the best CSGO team that we have currently, and the $800 champion prize. That's basically it. As the are going to be waiting for Expendables and Quack to dive into the game. If there are any supporters from Quack here that are big fans of them, make sure you show them your support, because this is it. This is where it's at right now. If they can force a game 3, they need all your help. And speaking of showing your support in chat, to our Facebook watchers there, to our Facebook viewers over there, you can get a chance to win an ROG Ranger Gaming Backpack BP2500. All you have to do is like and follow the Aces Republic of Gamers Instagram and Facebook. Like and comment on the stream. Hashtag ROG. Hashtag ROG Masters. Hashtag ROG Masters APAC. And hashtag for those who dare. Make sure you share the stream. Set it to public, of course, so that our wonderful social media managers here will be able to see that you really did share the stream. You will get a chance to win the backpack. Our way to give back to you, the viewers, for supporting the RG Masters Asia Pacific Philippine Finals here. But Asarai, I'm going to ask the hard question. Do you think that we may have a Game 3?
Oh, just again, looking for this entire day, I feel like we're not going to go for a Game 3. Just considering how well Expendables have been performing, and Quack, they're doing a lot of good things. But it's just not enough. They're being outperformed by Expendables, by Xpren. And here we go for the knife. It seems like Expendables are just waiting, just looking at them like intently, and Expendables, are they even going to charge right in? And here comes the mob. Stabby stabs. And it seems like it's going to be Quack to make short work of it. Nice, quick, clean play. And a little bit of the 1v1 for about 10 seconds. Let's see who's going to win this one. Micro, pick your side, man.
Yeah, that's Aying. Micro just wasn't expecting Aying to come out of that corner. All kidding aside, it's Quack going on the CT side, the preferred side here on Train. But the creativity of Expendables is something that they have to look out for, man. It's there are a lot of rotation points here. They could choose to go through Ivy. They could choose to go through main. They could even go through main to connector to go to B. Depending on where they want, it's all on Expendables tempo. This is all or nothing for Quack. They need to make good reads here, and it's just a fairly good spread, as the members of Expendables are now swarming in from E-Box. Will start pushing themselves in. Micro takes the first kill onto JMX, and the bomb will be planted safely to the hands of Expendables. Planted for E-Box themselves. James Bong takes on Atishaha. Good retake so far. It's a 2v3 right now, but Derek 9 better on the aims. Frisbee on his own. They know where he is, and he's going to try to win out the duels here, but there's 3 people aiming down sights, and this is pretty much the round, the pistol round for Expendables.
They stacked on top of each other there. You saw that multi-peak, double setup peak by Expendables in that last little duel for Fristia. It could have gone well, but the flank was just too late, too little too late, a fail, and that was what you'd call an Eric Belmonte play there, guys. And that's one of our ROG masters here. Wait, ROG Masters. Does that make sense? It's the tournament, one of the tournament masters.
Pretty sure he's just an ROG Lottie at this point.
Lottie, okay.
I digress. I digress, Tuco. Barely surviving there, taking that Papichulo, but as we Shaha, you know, Aying and Tuco through the smoke. Fast round for Expendables.
Very fast round. They just rushed on through, and Quack still a round away from... Oh no! They actually straight up bought. Let's go for it. They're gonna put Tuco in a weaker weapon. Yeah, it's gonna be the FAMAS. No ops will be bought. Not enough money to do so. Expendables, they should be in for a reckoning. They're not careful, but it's been just default strats for them. Just charging right out, set smokes, block out the main entrances of the A site, and just charge right on through. Look at this little flash play on Pop Dog, but gets popped himself, and this very aggressive just run and gun from Expendables is, well, not really netting them any control in the map, and it's left to the hands of Papichulo, who only has a low HP and a dream, and Quack, let's go.
Yeah, that was a smooth run for Quack. Oh, fast run for Quack. And is this Expendables just being too confident? I don't think so. But is it? We don't know.
That is a great question, but I don't think so. I feel like they're trying to feel out if Quack can adjust fast or quickly enough to the way that the way that Expendables have been playing, which is just the aggressive run and gun into the A site. They've done it for 2 rounds, and the third one is just not going to happen. So a mix-up of strat for Expendables would be happening. And yeah, I think you were reacting to the quickly thing there, and ooh, pop that control not really helping. Oh my God, you can do that? Oh, it's a bungee jumping. Nice.
My palm is still on my face, Darwell. As Derek 9 takes down James Bong. Makes it a 4v4. A little bit of a slower play from Expendables, but they have inside pretty much surrounded here as Derek 9 takes down JMX. Gets traded out by Tuco himself. Tuco makes it a 2. And that is his. So it, Tuco. My 2, yeah.
2 kill. Yeah.
Yeah. And so 1v3, man advantage here on the side of Quack. I'm trying my hard not to do some Quack puns here, man. You started this. I'm struggling here. As Azishaha is also slightly struggling here. It's clearing out Ivy slowly but surely. There is a big wraparound here from Tuco over at T-spawn, and we'll be pushing towards main. And not a lot of information being given away. The Flash will be giving away a little bit of information. As Azishaha will win that duel against Frisia, makes it a 2v2. But will they expect a wraparound? That is a main question. It is a 2v1, all down to Azishaha to clutch this. It will be forcing out the individual 1v1s, but the Molotov will force him out of position, and this is an easy defuse here for Quack.
Maybe still an expensive round, as Azishaha does not miss those. He will miss the last. But Quack able to bring things back around. Bomb will get planted. Some utility, some form of economy is being built by Expendables, but Quack are starting to rile things back out. And now that they have some bank to utilize, they immediately buy with the AWP. I do like this. It will give a nice little edge for Quack here. As long as Expendables don't know and they just peek right out, this will prove some damage. Show a little peek there on the outside of main, but where does Derek hit these shots? Max just gets devoured. Who's the better of the snipers? Is the scout versus the op, and it seems like Aying is the better of the two. The damage be done, and they're about to explode right outside of Pop Dog.
That's already the information given that, hey, somebody's watching main. Maybe we should try play it slow now. That's exactly what Expendables is doing, as they're trying to set up the flashes from coming in, as Ishaha almost get caught with that AWP. I take that back. He does still get caught by that AWP. Now it is a 4v3. The scout is on the hands of Micro. Micro's good on sniper rifles here. We'll see if he can actually connect with the shots. Papi Chulo with the deagle, not connecting with a shot onto Frisia, but Micro with a shot with a headshot onto Aying will make the dream work. It's a 2v3. No utilities here for Expendables. And a handful of utilities here as Pro deletes Frisia, trades him out. Micro left on his own devices with this deagle. Will not connect with a shot, and Tuco, for the first time in this series, takes the lead against Expendables.
Still, that was a costly round for Quack when Expendables only had a scout and multiple Desert Eagles to utilize. But still, to kind of cut out what I said there, in the end, it's all about the rounds. They still have money to buy. They won a couple of rounds already, and they're prepared to just beat out as much as they can. If they lose the bodies, it's okay, because in the end, the points is all that matters for them. Nice little pop flash there, but that Molly will keep them honest. Back and wait a little bit here, and it seems like Expendables, they slow down the pace. Only on the outside of A, but Asihaha is already working on top of Beat Heaven here, looking onto the site. Gonna smoke away his front part, and then maybe just make a little bit here, giving some cover, but Molotov backs him off, staves him away. Expendables have a nice little spread. They're not grouped up as a full unit, and they're using the time to figure things out and even burn some utility from Quack.
It's the utilities are being burnt out here by Quack, but these are very effective utilities being thrown. The only downside to this is that Expendables, they have more utilities to work with here. If anything, Quack with the remainder of their flashes needs to make sure that they just throw the flashes at all at the same time. But looking at how the entire map is going right now, smoke sets for A is coming in. The nades and the final smoke will be thrown out. The final flash, the final nade will be thrown out. They're gonna try to delay this push as much as possible. Fritzia takes a kill onto Derek 9, and the HPs are low here. Numbers advantage on the side of Expendables will try to make it work as Ishaha takes down James Bong. It's now down to a 2v4. The retake has to be real here as Tuko Nayin takes down Pro and Azishaha. Now it's just down to Tuko in a 1v2. Papichulo is low on HP. Micro is just guarding on the flank here. He's the Guardian, and he managed to take down Tuko. And Expendables tie it up 3-3.
They're really just adjusting to their opponents real quick there. Oh my goodness! I'm sorry, guys. I keep getting muted because I cough, and I don't want to cough on stream. It's weird. You know what? I'm a very sickly guy. It is what it is. But you know what? It also is this little dangerous little peek from Azihaha and Tuko. He only wanted to get that information, but like I said, when Azihaha is on his op, there's a point where you have to pay your life for just that bit of information, and Derek, he makes it work. Look at that, double kill, and Micro with a double of his own.
Yeah, and Expendables are slowly trying to get their bearings back into this game. Sure, they gave Quack three rounds. Quack worked hard for it. Now, this time around, Expendables are going to make sure to Quack, if they want to get a foothold in this game once again, they have to work harder for it. They have the AKs, a lot of utilities here on the side of Expendables. Now on the flip side, Quack only has a Deagles, just a Kevlar's, a single smoke, and a single flashbang. This is nothing against Expendables. This should be another Expendables round here. If anything, I would have preferred if Quack actually stacked a site, and they are stacking a site here over at A. They can rotate from Pop Dog. Just try to force any stragglers from running in, and this site is pretty much taken over. And close angles is where Quack will shine in this round, but they're nowhere near anybody as Aying takes down Micro, gets a double onto Azishaha, makes it a 5v3, able to pick up an AK and an AWP onto Fritzia. The retake is now on. A single smoke and another flash here for these guys. Some might just make wonders for them. Ying and company now starting to push in towards this B side. Derek takes down JMX with that AK. We'll spot out the runner. The spray down connects, almost misses it. And the pickups here from the AK and the AWP should be saved, and that is exactly the call that Quack is going to be going for. Papachulo's not going to be obliging them. We'll take down Fritz. Yeah, he pays for his own life there. But at least the AWP will not go to the hands of Expendables of Quack, question mark. And Aying manages to get it just in time.
Wow. Quack, they got 2 kills at the start. It was a 5 versus 3, but no utilities, no any amount of information as to where Expendables were. They really had to expend a lot of the bodies, and Expendables just hold on true. I do like how Expendables still lurk at the edge of that round when the C4 was already down, and they just back away smartly. Speaking of backing away, that Pop Dog little play there from Expendables, they just know how to work this ladder. Such a crucial little thing. And the crucial little pop flash there. As Derek 9, he's submerging into the mist, and he's got to be careful because a monster awakens, or a monster works in there, which is JMX on that. Yeah. Doesn't even know. I thought JMX had the one up there, but Derek, he's the true monster in this scenario.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just make sure nobody's here. Sprays.
Surprise. Surprise. Surprise.
Yes, Asarai. Yes. Surprise. Yeah. Going back into the game. It's a 4v5 here. Good. I lost my train of thought there. Thanks, Asarai. Yeah, it's a full round here for Expendables. They're that opening kill onto JMX really is putting Quack in a tough spot here. If anything, it's a good that Quack is holding the closer angles over at B because they know for sure that they can pretty much play the retake from B going to A, so that there would be a lot of angles for Expendables to work with. As I say that, Ying takes down Derek 9. So 4v4 is pretty much even. Atishaha takes down Tuco. Pro with spray down onto Ying, gets a double onto Fristia, and now it's just down to James Bong with his M4. Papi Chulo spots him out over here at the top of Pop Dog. He's not going to be obliging himself a free kill.
And if he drops down on Pop Dog like through the ladders here, yeah, he's in for a rude awakening. Even some couple of wall bangs from that AWP through the site. Micro already has the exit from James Bong flushed out. Oh no, James Bong, if he just comes out to Micro here, he's gonna be in such a bad spot, but he knew what was up. He can save this M4 for the next round, and that's all that he can really do, but it's 3-6. Still respectable to the angle there. He peeked out. He was getting pop shot. That's close for comfort, but at least he saved the weapon.
Yeah, that's the M4 going to him. He's going to keep that. Quack does not have anything else. They're saving for the next round. Respectable as much as possible. But Aying has been doing it real well with a sniper rifle. Chooses to go for the scout this time around. Expendables has a lot of utilities to work with here. They can freely retake another site. And I'm curious to see if Quack would actually just play the closer angles here. Derek 9, crispy headshot onto Frisia. We'll start pushing on over towards green. We'll get traded out by Tuco. And no weapons, new weapon being picked up by Tuco has the AK-47. Will get sprayed down by Papi Chulo. And the timing could not have been right. But Papi Chulo with the Molotov still takes down Ying. No doubt that site is pretty much can be taken over here by Expendables as Papi Chulo slowly making his way over to red, takes the kill onto JMX. It's just down to James Bong in a 1v3. Doable, but it's hard.
That Molotov will make it not impossible and just back away and try to save this weapon, maybe? But I think you said it already, man. It's doable, but hard. I mean, there are some rounds where Quack do show promises, but did he shoot through his teammate?
Yes, he did.
Okay. He just used his teammate as... It's kind of like that thing in... Where do you use it? Like, you use your teammate as a way to line up your shot.
Yeah.
I think High School of the Dead did that, so... I'm not going to say which scene, but if you guys have watched the anime, you probably know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of the same thing there. And yeah, Expendables, hello. Use your teammate as a guide. It works.
I mean, it's all in their name. They're expendable, right? As long as it gets them the win. And Azishaha and Derek 9 gets the win on that duel against Fristia. Open B side here. And Nay, James Bong, is right there to provide the slowdown, but it's not going to happen. A call to just save the weapons should be made here for Quack. They've just been forcing out the duels left and right. Because of that, that's another round for Expendables.
It's another round that we're going to be happy for Expendables, but really struggling here from Quack. And there is a couple more rounds before we do end the first half, but again, you can see Quack here. They're starting to just get outread by Expendables. That's basically it. And now, once again, multiple rounds relegated to the pistols. They're making some magic with it. They're getting two kills, but after those 2 kills, they can't really do much. Again, there's the first kill. I should be looking for a second. What's going to be happening here is James Bond's going to get spotted out. He only wanted... There's the second kill, and now this is where Expendables seem to have a trend that these last 3 players don't die, and they win the round regardless.
Yeah, it's already the upper hand here for Quack. They have the man advantage. They don't have the superior firepower. The Eagle shots have to connect, and it's not connecting so far. As JMX and Tuco, the last two members alive here for Quack. They pick up the AK. This has to be a save call. Nothing else. Pick up the AKs, get it for the next round, be able to fight the other day. Fight another day, I mean.
Yeah, that bomb is ever so slowly counting down to the time that it will pop off, and they're just setting up a nice little crossfire here, or not really a crossfire, but JMX is hiding in the corner with 22 HP. A bullet would be enough to shut him down. Nades being thrown as well. Angles being flushed out, being checked. Expendables, they're wondering. They're not finding though, but they're still getting these rounds in their hands. And Quek definitely struggling, but at least they do have some money now. Will they give Aying again the chance to AWP? There's cash in their pockets. He will be back at it once again, but he gives it to Fristia this time, who did play an overpass in the semifinals with an AWP and was pretty damn good with it. Now, what's the strategy here?
He was playing a little bit aggressive, Fristia, when he had the AWP onto his hand. And speaking of aggressive, this is an aggressive push by Expendables over to the A side. And Derek, even though he's blinded, manages to take down Tuco Azishaha, takes down Fristia. So there's no longer an AWP there. It's now down to Aying and James Bong in a 2v5. This is going to be a 3-10 scoreline unless Quack decides to just go ham. And with the way that the game has been progressing, I don't think Quack will be able to secure this round. Again, the safer call is just to save the influence.
Oh my god, he got spotted out there too. Rather unfortunate in Aying. Where is he? He's near in the locker room, and then he's just being thrown out. Oh my gosh, everywhere he looks, it's being shot. Wallbang, he drops right down, spots out Micro, and it's great and all, and he can actually save up into the AWP if he wanted to do so. This is pretty expensive round for Expendables. At the end of the day, it only will be Papichulo to remain, but I mean, it was only an expensive round. Not the clutch.
I mean,
yeah,
it's an expensive round, but Papichulo and Pro were started this round with 5 digits to their name, so that's already more than enough for Expendables to really just be comfortable for another 2 rounds here. Good effort there, though, to try to make it as expensive as possible, just so that Expendables doesn't reach the cap. But double op setup here from Aying and Fristia, the 2 best operators on the side of Quack. They're going to be very crucial for them to make the shots connect, and Fristia is already down to half HP.
Spread right out here for Expendables. And Fristia is holding his own, and Aying the double AWP. I didn't see them actually go for that buy, but it works out well as Expendables, they've been thinned out. The herd has been shut out here. James Bong spotted as he was trying to lurk through into locker room or showers there. And Tuco, somebody's here. His spider senses are tingling, but he has to clear out the entirety of the A side because he knows that his teammate Mike gets swarmed. But he's holding this long angle for the moment. Micro, he's waiting for a pop flash before he does anything. And Expendables, there's still 50 seconds, but it seems like they might back off. No, they're going for this long, and will be charging at the back, but look at this. And AWP will welcome them if they're not careful.
Trying to be as careful as possible. Expendables, they're sticking together. The best course of action here will smoke out. CT will be blocking out that one player. Beautiful use of the flashes. Ventuco through the smoke takes down Papichulo. Beautiful spray down there. Now it's just down to Pro and Micro. 2v4, 2 AKs, 3 utilities. Make it 2. Pro, Micro making the entries work here. Now it's just down to Pro in a 1v2, and Pro is known to clutch. He just has to make sure that he makes the shots possible. But Tuco, quick to react onto that kill on his teammate. Manages to win it out alive. Make it a 4-10 scoreline in the first half. A 5-10 scoreline on Train. Not a bad start here for Quack.
There's still one more round before we end the first half. And saving this AWP and buying another. Do they have even money for another? Seems like no. They're strapped on cash. Is that also true on the other end here? I don't think that's is as he has copping like 7,000 cash to his name. And he's gonna be buying the operator in this relationship. Or the op in this relationship, rather. Quite the peek outs, couple of flashes, and Tuco really charging right in. I do love his positioning here. He's gonna go straight onto Pop Dog. Someone drops down. It could mean death for either side. But James Bond could actually be just actually right back. It was so close for the angle. He's about to charge right into the smoke here. Pro's gotta be careful. There's a lot of sounds being done on Pop Dog, but not a lot of sounds on that up ramp. James Bond, Azihaha does make damage done. And Ayeng, he is so close to charging right in. If he sees the molly being thrown, that could be a great little flank play from him, but his teammates have already dropped down. The focus of Expendables is he needs to get that second kill to even stand a chance, to allow Quack to stand a chance to win this round, but the 4 versus 2, make that a 3 versus 2, should still be in their favor. Gonna go for the quick flick, but Fristia picks it right back up. Great round for Quack. It's now into the 1 versus 2 with Papichulo out of no man's land. Does he have the C4? Yes, he does. Where does he go?
We don't know, but it's looking like it is a B take here. JMX just creeping on over toward from Oil. Try to get the drop off here onto Papichulo, and Papichulo will juke him, rather. Will be pushing through towards Red, towards Connector. Try to get as much information as he can. It is 2v1, and the good thing about this for Papichulo is that they are separated. He can force out the individual 1v1s without any repercussions of being swung at by 2 members all at the same time. And everybody's looking for it. Everybody. Smoke will give away the position here. Bomb will be down in A. It's all down to Papichulo to force out a 1v1s, and he won the first 1v1 against Frisia. And now it's just down to JMX to try to get the 5-10 scoreline here for Quack. Does have the flash, but he does not opt to use it. That's a 4-11 scoreline for Expendables as we move on over to the second half of fighting here.
Did he hear? Did he hear, like, a footstep or something? I'm not entirely sure on the spectator end, but he was looking left and right on, what was that again? On the entrance to, from A Long, the left side of the hallway, and then he went straight, just honed in his crosshair on Connector, and just perfectly peaked, or perfectly timed, not budging his crosshair an inch, and just got the head, got the clutch. Papichulo also adding a little bit of brain plays there, and it seems like Expendables, ooh, they got the money, oh, they got the weapons, double Brenda, let's see it go ham! Only gets the 1-for-1 trade, but they're going through a meat grinder here, and it seems like Quack is doing such a good job with Papichulo. Who's the better dancer? It's Tuco.
And that's a good round for Quack. Pistol round to stop the momentum from Expendables. Good halting here. And to see if what Expendables would do here. Dark Knight will be buying out the Scout. Quack opting to get the AK and 4 MAC-10s, lots of utilities.
Lots of utilities. They need to build some form of economy here. They can't lose this round, and honestly, they still can if they're not careful. Papichulo and Derek are rocking the Scouts. It's pretty dangerous. They line right back out, and Micro, he's not Micro anymore. His Mondo huge with the Deagle. He's getting charged right out. He picks up the Mac-10 and just rips right back out. And there's not much time here. Fristia and James Bong, they're getting ripped one as well. And James Bong, he had to reload, and Micro heard it, and he just repeated it, and he just punished it. The 1 versus 1. There's a smoke out. Fristia's going to be peeking onto the left side here. He's peeking high. You see him from up above. He does. He backs away for the moment, but does get tagged down to 85. He can reposition. He does have the C4 in hand, and he's bomb rushing all the way to the A. Get that spike, or sorry, the bomb planted down, the C4 planted down. For the moment, it's going to be a 1 versus 1, but Micro has picked up the AK. What Fristia can do is be as sneaky as possible, and the way he goes about it is going up top of the stairs. I do like the position. Oh, he doesn't even go to that one, and nice little clutch from Fristia. I think at that point, Micro just delivered him an AK.
Yeah, that was a very good round from Quack. Good hustle there by Fristia. It's starting to look good for Quack. That momentum from the pistol round may just turn this measly pile of snow into a snowball, depending on if Expendables would allow them. As it stands, Expendables just has the single scout on the Papi Chulo and USPs. That's basically it. They're waiting on for the next round to go for the full gun round. Quack, they should feel confident about those first 2 rounds of the second half. And because of that, James Bong takes on Ozzy Shaha. Makes it a 5v4. Pro is low on HP too. He's down to 10 HP. And if Expendables win this, it's a miracle, to be completely honest. But Derek 9 has Zeus. He doesn't connect with the Zeus shot. Not today. Tuco takes him down. Papi Chulo with the scout takes down Tuco. Gets the trade. It's a 3v3. This should not be happening as the Deagles connect from Micro onto James Bong. And another shot from Papi Chulo onto Frinstia. This should not be happening.
Papi Chulo is a phenom. Just connect those shots. I mean, granted, the first one was okay, but that second one was ridiculous. He just readjusted and quickscope his opponent to his demise. And now, quite slowly, Quack, they're put in a position where you can't really do too much. Micro is doing a lot of things here. He's about to go for the big wraparound, and JMX. He did not respect the positioning. They know where Eiding is. He's being hunted down. It's the 1 versus 1. The reload is happening. It could be the rush out, as well as the Molotov being thrown out. And Papi Chulo, does he have enough time? That bomb is about to go kaboom, and he has to just run for dear life and hope that he can save this AK-47 for that next one. Should be so, but that's a squad wipe. That's a team wipe for Expendables with just the Marshall's Nomad.
That couldn't have went any better for Quack. Good hustle there by Ying. Just try to keep the dream alive. It's a 7-11 scoreline, and we've seen this earlier on. Quack was able to just keep the momentum up for themselves, and it's looking like we may just have a proper game for ourselves. 7-11 scoreline. Expendables finally on the gun round. Not a lot of utilities to work with here on the side of Quack. This is anybody's ball game at this point on this round, for that matter. Using up the Molotov, I'm pretty sure that was a little bit of a misplay on the Expendables side. Could have been thrown to main, but did they have an idea that there was a pop dog player here? That's a main thing. I don't think they have an idea here. Papi Chulo is still going to be clearing out the corners just to be safe. Gets flashed. We'll start pushing up. Papi Chulo can come out of here, but your rifle was showing up. James Bong gets taken out by Papi Chulo. Should have been a Quack round. With those 2 opening picks onto Quack, this is looking like an Expendables round now.
Well, you do know what they say. When the Ducks are in a bad spot, they do their formation, the Flying V. And it seems like in a 3 versus 5, they need to set up this triangular positioning or not get mowed down by Expendables. Once again, does he even know that Pro was right there? He doesn't even need to. And if ever that Fristia does get the kill, Pro was there to pick things back out, and you only need 4 more rounds, and Expendables are just going at it once again. In fact, they're doing a lot of good things, but it's just being devastated there by Expendables, their crossfires, and honestly, Papi Chulo, damn, he's 16 kills, not the highest, but the results that he brings, the clutches that he does for Expendables, basically netted them 1 to 2 rounds where it should have been Quack winning.
Yeah, Quack is starting to lose her composure in this game. Aiming a little bit higher, but Derek 9 swing flicks it downwards to secure the kill. Yeah, we're not going to expect Quack to win this round at all. They force bought the CZs and the Tech 9s and the Deagle, but it's Nothing much. They really are forced to just force by every single round from this point onwards, just in order for them to have a standing chance against Expendables. But with the M4s, AUGs, and the AWPs here on the hands of Expendables, this is going to be a hard ask from them. Micro takes down JMX, knows there is a catwalk player, throws out the Molotov to really force everybody out, gets a second onto James Bong, and now it's just down to Fristia in a 1v5. Poppy Chules there to take care of him without any problems.
How did he even survive? He was a turret at that point. He was in a 3 versus 1 for an incredibly long time, and nobody got him. Granted, they might have just been on the pistols, but he just held his ground and basically shut them out as they were trying to rush into the B side. Then in case here, Quek, or just being, what's the word? Just being unhinged, cracking at the seams.
Quacking at the seams?
Yeah. I accept that. I give it a, I would say a solid quack over 10.
Well, this might be solid, though. What Micro's going to potentially do here with that Molotov to delay them. But over here, there is a bit of a flank here from Pro to take down Fristia. Micro surviving that longer than he should. This is a hard push from Quack, and they are losing every single duels. But as I say that is a 2v3 fight. They should be able to pick up the weapons here. The nades will dwindle down Tuco to 18 HP. Derek 9 pushing towards the bomb train, spraying wildly with the AUG. Does not care about the recoil at all. Let's secure that kill. Just give the defuse to his teammate.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Whoever gets the defuse, it doesn't really matter. In the end, it's Expendables once again. That crossfire, I do like the flash play from Quek, but that Glock not getting the straight up kill, it's being a weaker weapon, and there was a split-second opportunity that they could have gotten, or they would have gotten any casualties before dealing with Pro, but because they lagged a kill behind, Quek's momentum in that B-side take was definitely disrupted, and it was more of whoever can shoot better, whoever can execute better, rather than the play just being straight up denied. It was more of like they needed to just execute properly. Pop flash right out, nobody spotted. But there's one in the corner here. You might not get. Aye, Derek! Never bring a knife to a gunfight.
Never ever bring a knife into the gunfight. And Fristia missed the initial spray down to Pro, and Pro punishes him from that. Zone HP gets a pop flash out, will be repositioning himself thanks to his teammate. It's a 4v4, very crucial here for Quack. Secure this round. They gave the AWP on to Tuco this time around, and Micro and Azishaha, they both have AWPs. They both have to hold down the angles here.
They keep themselves alive for the moment. Nice little spread there from Quack at their own side of the base, but 50 seconds left. They're setting things up. Oh, they're about to explode onto the A side, if I'm not mistaken. This can't be a fake to B because I don't think there's just enough time, and they're not going to have the utilities that they need. But Expendables, they stayed up at the naves, and this should soften up the members of Quack and Pro. He has the lineup here, but simultaneously, James Bong and Aying, the dynamic duo, comes back alive, and Micro with an AWP. Just save it back, buddy. Just can't do much. Just save it. Next round.
8-14 scoreline. Not bad for Quack. They're keeping the dream alive. And they're doing a good job with that. Initially, it wasn't, for those of you who just tuned in, initially it was an Expendables first half. But Quack decided to just flip the switch and then just started to go ham, keeping Expendables on their toes this time around. It's the other way around this time around. Marco's going to be able to save that AWP for now. But what do you think Quack needs to do to just keep the strings of rounds going for themselves?
That's a very difficult question to ask. I think they just need to have a bit of luck. Not gonna lie, it's a bit of luck as well because Expendables have been throwing out some initial utility and it's really stopping Quek as they try to run up. But if they can traverse that even so slightly, I feel like they can make or translate these rounds into round wins for them. Because I think more so than not, Quek Mystics' momentum have been disrupted ever since. And these rounds that they've won, it's clutch rounds where they're able to set things up properly without expendables stopping them with their own utility. And that was more obvious that we saw that in the last round. So maybe something similar moving forward is something that they need. But mistakes cannot be done anymore because 2 more rounds and that's game over.
Yeah, they're having a hard time, Quack. They did try to go for a slight fake there over to the A side. They threw their utilities covering main to try to bait any movements from Expendables to start aiming at A main. But Derek Nine's just doing a good job just holding down this IB position. And Frisia needs to make sure that he wins his duel. He has his teammate Ying there to refrag for him. But the Molotov is just going to prevent this push from coming in, and the reposition is not expected here. If anything, Quack needs to play the creative route. Just make some noise, a lot of noise over at B. Pro takes down Tuco, Papachulo takes down JMX. Now down to a 3v5 as Shaha takes down James Bong. So down to a 2v5 with an AK and an AWP on the Frisia. Quack is in a bit of a trouble here. They get taken down by Derek and as Shaha. Match point for Expendables. One more round before they can finally claim the $800 championship prize in the country finals here at the ROG Masters APAC 2021 Philippines. But Quack is still pretty much in the game, man. Overtime is still a real thing. If they want it badly, now's the time that they should start working for it.
They're trying their best. They're doing a lot of things. They're not under-weaponed or lacking in terms of weapon for this one, but you can see that they're trying to aggress at these angles, but Expendables just know how to deal with it. Like, there's no member of Expendables that will lose the 1v1 8 times out of 10. 2 times it's gonna be Quack, but that's way too many options, or that's way too many instances for Expendables to make things happen. Tuco with the lurk. That's 1 kill. That's something they can use, but Papachulo at the electric box, he just shuts him out, and now JMX and James Bong, they have the C4 at least, which is something that they can utilize, but no form of map controller, though James Bong was able to go around enemy territory. He can probably deal some massive damage if he can just find one. You can hear some footsteps, and he should be able to catch out Tyro. Here we go, 2 versus 2.
Make that a 1v2. JMX needs to make sure he gets a shot. But he gets peeked by 2 people, and Expendables will be your Aces ROG Masters APAC 2021 Philippine Country Champions.